Caroline. How you doing?
Hi, Jordan. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. It's kind of gross right now.
It is, but also I kind of love it.
Yeah?
I'm a big fan of the rain.
Can't
It's
be me.
cozy. It's
Mm.
cozy. It's cozy fall weather. We're snuggled up in some armchairs telling ghost stories.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a rain fan.
Couldn't be me.
Let the record show I have rolled my eyes.
Okay. So, I'm excited for today's story. First of all, I would like to apologize. I think it's mostly history.
Okay.
There's more history than there is actual like ghost stuff. There is still ghost stuff. There's good ghost stuff. But this is one of those instances where the real life happenings and history were so batshit wild
Yeah.
that I had to, it's the better story here, so I had to include it.
Okay. I think bringing a mostly historical story to a ghost story podcast is the most Jordan thing I think I could have expected.
I mean, you need the context to understand where the ghosts are coming from.
Incredible. I'm sad. I'm ready.
And who boy, there's a lot of context. So, today's story is White Hall in Richmond, Kentucky.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of this?
I have not.
Okay.
Not even in the ghost context. I do not know what you're talking about.
Okay. So, this is in Richmond, Kentucky, which is Madison County.
Okay.
I want to start off with a shout out. I got a lot of my notes. I went to the library actually.
That's so cute.
And I found some books on like Southern ghost stories. And I found White Hall in a book called Stories from the Haunted South by Alan Brown. So I just wanted to shout that out because it was
Absolutely.
a lot of really good info.
Great job, Alan.
Yes. So I'm going to share the family history first, and then the building history, and then the ghosts.
Okay. So it is a building. Like
yes,
it's a...
White Hall is a building.
Okay, cool.
Strap in.
I'm
This
buckled.
is a
I'm
wild
sad.
ride. Okay, so even though it is now called White Hall, the original structure was built in 1798 by General Green Clay.
Henry Clay?
Same family.
Okay.
So General Green Clay's son, I will talk about more.
Okay.
His cousin was Henry Clay.
Got it. Okay.
So when he built it, he called the house Claremont.
Okay. Is part of this history going to be like the Claremont history and then the other part going to be the White Hall history?
No, we pretty quickly don't care about Claremont.
Oh, got it. Okay. Fuck that noise.
Fuck Green Clay is what I'm saying.
Actually, okay.
Yeah.
I'm on board. I don't even know what you did.
All right, well, let's find out.
Okay.
So 1798, Green Clay builds this house.
Okay.
Now, General
handyman.
Green Clay was a Revolutionary War veteran and an early surveyor in Kentucky, which is how he got a lot of his land, was through his job as deputy surveyor for Kentucky. So he represented Madison County in the Virginia Ratifying Convention of 1788, which ultimately led to Kentucky getting statehood.
Okay, great. We love her.
He served in politics throughout the decades as a judge, a representative, and a senator. Fun fact, Clay County is named after him.
Green Clay.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was commissioned as a general in the War of 1812. So just backstory on how big of a deal this guy and his family is.
Okay.
So he lived the remainder of his life as a wealthy businessman in farming, distilleries, taverns, and a ferry business on the Kentucky River.
Incredible.
All of this to say, you may be asking, Jordan, why fuck him?
Jordan, why fuck him?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. So along with all of his tens of thousands of acres of land, he was, surprise, surprise, also a slave owner.
Gross.
He grew commodity crops of tobacco and hemp, and at his height, there's no like official
5'4".
report. No, at like the height of like his power and empire and
His peak.
influence. Yes,
Got it.
There's no official ranking of this, but people think he was the wealthiest man in Kentucky and owned the most slaves. That was where a lot of like his, this is a horrible way to put it, but unfortunately it is the way to put it, his property value came from the amount of land and the amount of slaves that he owned.
That is god awful.
Yeah.
And I am in fact going to say definitively, fuck him.
Yes. So that happily brings me to my next bullet point.
Incredible.
Which is that Green Clay died in the Claremont home in 1828 of, quote, face cancer. Boo-hoo.
Darn.
Yep.
Maybe.
We don't care about Green anymore.
Yeah, literally.
So his youngest son, Cassius Marcellus Clay, inherits the house. Now, Cassius here is the star of the show.
Incredible.
Let me tell you all about Cassius. So, born in 1810, he followed his family's political footsteps. He went to Transylvania University, and then he graduated from Yale in 1832. While there, he heard William Lloyd Garrison speak on the anti-slavery movement.
The Transy alums are either going to love or hate this man.
You know, I think a lot of people in his own time had that opinion of him as well.
Great. Love that.
So he became an outspoken abolitionist, though politically he was what you would call an incrementalist.
Okay.
Which meant that he believed that gradual legal change through politics was more likely to succeed than like some massive like rebellion.
So arguably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like
It makes total sense that this guy was raised in a political family and like he knows how the red tape works and like how to get stuff done, you know.
Yeah. It's like that thing where it's like if you
slower,
put the frog in the pot of boiling water,
Yeah.
it will jump out, but if you gradually turn up the heat, then it will stay there until it dies.
Yeah.
That was really morbid, but that was
I understand.
my
Yeah.
analogy.
Boil the frog. I know what you mean.
Thank you. Boil the damn frog.
So, he was in Kentucky in the mid 1800s
Okay.
and an abolitionist.
Probably not a well-liked guy.
Exactly. But pretty progressive.
Yeah. So maybe not fuck him tentatively?
No, not fuck him.
Oh, we like this guy.
Well, I mean, he's a complicated individual as any human is, but much better than his father.
Got it.
100% right
Rad.
out the gate.
Cool.
So-
It didn't take much.
Yeah. So he was a founder of Kentucky's Republican Party, along with his cousin, Henry Clay.
Okay.
Don't forget that this is 1800s before the parties switched
They
platforms.
did switch. Okay, got it.
So he was also friends with Abraham Lincoln, which will come up later.
This is a wild backstory so far.
Oh, it gets wilder. So, from 1835 to 1841, he was a member of the Kentucky House of Representatives, but he lost re-election because he supported abolition. Now, remember how you said that he probably wasn't a well-liked guy?
I do, in fact, remember that.
His support of the anti-slavery movement got him a lot of enemies.
I'm sure it did.
And keep
You're
in
about to tell
mind-
me this man was murdered.
Somehow? No.
Okay.
But not for lack of trying.
Oh, no.
So, don't forget that Kentucky is technically part of the South.
Correct. Famously.
Yes, but was a border state.
Also famously.
Where it was the brother versus brother state.
Right, yeah.
You know, we had Union and Confederacy fighting each other.
In state,
in the same families, you know. So, tumultuous time. And he is in this tumultuous place.
Correct.
So,
Being kind of a wild opinion guy.
so that leads us to assassination attempt number 1.
Hang on. Hang on, Jordan. I'm going to need you to run that all the way back. Assassination attempt. Okay, cool. That happens.
Yeah.
Number 1?
Uh-huh. Anyway, moving on. Assassination attempt
Number 1.
Number 1.
Got it.
Strap in.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm buckled.
So this is during the Robert Wycliffe and Garrett Davis debate at Russell Cave Spring, okay, in 1843.
Okay, those are a lot of words.
A paid gunman named Sam Brown is hired to attack him.
You mean hard to shoot him.
Yes, to kill him.
Got it.
Now, Clay, good old Cassius, he had borrowed a Bowie knife from a friend.
What in the Matrix?
So when this guy comes at him to shoot him, he yanks it out to fight back.
He literally brought a knife to a gunfight.
So he shoots at Clay.
Okay.
Brown's bullet hits the scabbard over Clay's chest as he's pulling the knife out of the
This
scabbard.
is fake.
And Clay tackles him, then uses the knife to cut off Brown's nose, blind him in an eye, and possibly, according to different reports, cut off an ear.
Okay, wait. So Okay, so just to make sure that I'm clear, as Cassius is pulling out the knife,
Yes.
it hits the bullet. Like the bullet hits the knife.
It hits the scabbard.
I don't know what that is.
The knife holder. The sheath.
Okay. But once again, in the process of pulling the knife out.
Yes.
Okay, so that wild fact number one. And I was about to say, why didn't he just shoot him again? But I'm thinking that maybe it would have taken some time to reload in this time frame. So
no, he probably had a revolver. I don't know. But he had already started pulling the knife out by the time he's aiming the gun.
Okay.
The knife
so
is
Cassius
out.
said, I'm here.
Yes, Cassius is already on the move
He's
towards
like,
Sam
coming.
Brown. By the time he gets a shot off, shot hits the scabbard in front of Cassius's chest.
Okay.
Just on coincidence.
Got it.
Cassius
He's
and everyone
ready
else
to go.
thinks that he has been shot in the chest. He tackles him.
So you're telling me in a fit of adrenaline,
Yes.
this man thinks he's been shot and he says, I'm going to cut your nose off, I'm
Yes.
going to blind you in one eye, and then maybe potentially cut off your ear?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
And then throw him in a ditch afterwards.
Oh, casual. Yeah, as I do to all my enemies.
Sam Brown does not die.
How?
I didn't find anywhere saying that he had died, even though he lost his nose and an eye.
and maybe an ear.
Maybe an ear.
Got it.
So everybody thinks that Cassius has been mortally wounded. They take him away, and that's when they realize that the scabbard has blocked the bullet, and he walked away with just a bruise on his chest.
Okay.
And then possibly, again, conflicting reports, returned the knife to his friend.
I hope the bullet was still in there. I hope it was like, hey, you saved my life today. Like, I hope it was a really bro moment, you know?
Thanks for the Bowie.
Literally.
So that was assassination attempt number 1. That was in 1843. So at this point in time, he's 33 years old.
Casual.
And he's already got people trying to assassinate
He's
him.
done so much more than me. And I'm not that old.
Oh, if I could do one thing that Cassius Clay has achieved in his life. So, moving on.
Assassination attempt number 2.
No, not yet.
Oh, God. Okay.
This is a little timeline of his, like, anti-slavery
Got it. Okay.
movement.
So
timeline.
more reasons people should kill him.
Yes.
Got it.
So in 1845, he published the South's first and only anti-slavery newspaper called The True American. Within the first month, he's already receiving death threats. He continued to arm himself.
As he should.
And he
With the Bowie knife.
would regularly barricade the office with a 4-pounder cannon that he bought in Cincinnati.
Hang on. So, True American. An anti-slavery newspaper.
Yes.
So he, who had already been targeted for his abolitionist views, said, you know what? I'm going to double down.
Yep.
And I'm going to write a
I'm
newspaper.
going to put it in print.
Yes, he is. Okay, got it.
Yep. Now, only a couple of months in, a 60-man mob breaks into the office.
60, not 16.
60.
60.
Yes.
Okay. You're about to tell me this man fought off all of them.
No, absolutely not. They broke into the office and seized his printing equipment.
Ugh.
So we had to close that office.
Free media is
But
dead.
he moved the publication up to Cincinnati, which was an abolitionist hub at the time. And it remained in print for almost 25 years.
Incredible. Free media, not dead.
Power of the press. Okay. On to assassination attempt number 2.
Got it.
Okay, so this is June 15th, 1849.
Okay.
Okay. In Foxtown, which is still in Madison County.
Okay.
It's a meeting to find delegates for the new Kentucky Constitutional Convention. So Clay speaks at this meeting on anti-slavery. He steps off stage and is stabbed in the chest by fellow politician and farmer Cyril Turner, who is 29 years old. You look like you want to say something.
I don't know what I would say though.
I'm not done.
My flabbers have been
They're
gasted.
going to get more flabbergasted. Are you ready?
I guess.
Okay. So his father, Turner's father, was a pro-slavery candidate. So Turner stabs Clay in the chest. The crowd surges forward, And in the struggle and chaos, Clay drops his knife, but manages to grab it again from a crowd member, cutting his fingers to the bone. He then uses the knife to stab Turner in the stomach. Clay's 14-year-old son, Warfield, is there and tries to hand his father a pistol to fight back with. But Clay has lost too much blood and starts passing out.
This 14-year-old starts shooting people.
No.
So I started blasting. Like...
God bless.
You have to leave all of the laughter in.
I know. Oh my God. Okay. So his son, Warfield. Yes, you've heard me correctly. His son is named Warfield. Which sounds out of pocket, but his wife's maiden name was Warfield.
Got it.
So
also a theme in my family. I get it.
Weird, but
yeah.
So he's 14 years old. His father has just been stabbed in front of him. Everything's going wild. He tries to hand his dad a gun to defend himself.
Yeah.
But Clay is lost too much blood. He's passing out. Reportedly, he said, quote, "I died in the defense of the liberties of the people," end quote, then loses consciousness.
What a man.
Someone in the crowd on the pro-slavery side with Turner tries to shoot Clay in the head, but his gun misfires multiple times.
So, in a real kick him while he's down situation, this guy is like, I'm gonna finish the job.
Yeah.
And then not once, not twice, multiple times this gun misfires.
Yeah. This is like divine intervention at this point.
God, I know.
So Clay gets dragged away by his friends in the mob.
And his son.
And survives, but Turner died 2 days later. Boo-hoo.
Literally.
Don't start a fight you can't finish.
Apparently.
Okay, so our next interesting little tidbit happens in 1853, which isn't really pertinent to any of the history or story, but I thought this was really interesting.
Incredible.
So I kept it in. So in 1853, Cassius Clay granted John Fee 10 acres of land, which he used 2 years later to open Berea College.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was the South's first co-educational and non-segregated college.
Go Berea. That's so cute.
And to this day, it is still about half people of color.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I thought that was cool, so I wanted to keep that in there.
I love Berea College.
On to assassination attempt number 3. So this one happens all the way in 1899.
Oh, so he had a good run.
He is 89 years old at this point.
A good run. Mm-hmm. He said, I need a break.
So at the age of 89, Clay fights off his last attackers.
Did they win?
No, he fights them off.
Oh, okay. So you're telling me this man does not die at 89?
No.
Okay.
Cassius lives to fight another day.
Got it.
So
Jesus Christ.
It is nighttime.
Yeah.
He's reading in his library, already in his nightshirt, in his jammies.
He's in his jammies. Winded down for bed, a nice book.
When 3 men break into the house through the sun porch.
I just want to point out that entire sentence was, in fact, very Southern Kentucky.
But 3 men against one 89-year-old. The first was shot and died on the library floor.
As he should.
The second was stabbed and made it outside, but not off the grounds before he died. The third got the fuck out of Dodge. He saw the other 2 and was like, no, I'm out.
I gotta go. And everybody, say it with me. Boo. And I cannot stress this enough. Who?
So that's all I have on Cassius's attempts on his life.
Incredible.
But not done with his history. I've got a couple more things to say about him. So like I mentioned earlier, he was friends with Abraham Lincoln. And from 1861 to 1869, he served as the ambassador to Russia.
Casual.
And he was instrumental in securing Russian aid and support for the Union during the Civil War.
I'm intrigued.
So he got aid, and then when I say support, basically he acted quickly enough that Russia was able to communicate to Great Britain and somebody else, France or something, and was like, hey, I'm supporting the Union. If you support the Confederacy, then
I'll
you're
fight you.
against me.
Got it.
Because they were kind of making eyeballs at the Confederacy for a little bit there.
Okay.
Not so much supporting the Confederacy, but supporting the Confederacy's right to secede from the United States.
Right. Okay. Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. He serves as ambassador to Russia, right? And I didn't write this down either, but there was an interesting little thing that I read about how, because he was over there during the Civil War, right?
Okay.
And at one point, Lincoln contacted him and was like, hey, can I give you a commission and put you in charge of some regimentals and stuff to fight for the Union? And he,
From Russia?
no, like have him come back and serve.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute.
Put his stint as ambassador on hold.
I see.
Come back and fight. And Cassius wrote back and was like, I would love to if you can promise that we will emancipate every Confederate slave that we find.
What a man.
And Lincoln was like, you know what? You're doing good work where you are.
Are you serious? Is this where I find out Lincoln was a bad guy?
No, well, because then he did like 2 years.
I mean, he did.
Yeah, 2 years later,
the slaves.
he did write the Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah. So like not, but that's a wild response.
Yeah.
To then do the thing.
But it very much puts into perspective Cassius's opinion on the incrementalism.
Yeah.
Like if he's surrounded by these politicians who are, for lack of a better term, wishy-washy about these structural changes, he knew that you can't force the president's hand.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
even if he's your friend and he wants you to do things, you have to take the baby steps you can get.
Right.
But I thought it was really cool that he stood up against Lincoln like that.
Literally, he was like, actually, no.
Called him out on it.
Yeah. But then it is wild to me that then Lincoln is like, actually stay where you are. And then
well, he did
the Emancipation Proclamation.
He did do stuff to help the Union in the war, but he was not a part of the official Union army.
Oh.
Like he did not take a commission.
Because Lincoln told him to stay where he was. Like that would have been his commission.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. So next bullet point. Cassius Clay and Mary Jane Warfield.
His wife.
His first wife.
Okay. Whose son's name is Warfield.
Yes. Had 10 children from 1833 to 1859, 6 of whom survived to adulthood.
Aww.
Which is pretty good statistics for back
For
then.
that time, it's still sad.
Yeah. He later adopted Henry Lonnie Clay upon his return from Russia. But Mary Jane and he divorced in 1878.
I didn't think that was a thing you could do back then.
Basically, the man had to, women could petition for divorce, but it was really hard. Like it was very strict guidelines of reasons to be granted divorce. And so Cassius is the one who filed for divorce from Mary Jane because, and that was in 1878.
Okay.
And he divorced her because, quote, her abandonment of him, because in 1872, she left him to go live in Lexington with her sister because of his infidelity. So they separated.
How dare you?
They separated in 1872.
How dare you leave me because I cheated on you?
Yeah.
I'm the man.
Now, I will also say, A, it took him 6 years to divorce her. B, when they did, and it's a horrible way to put it that he let her, but, you know,
At
as
the
time,
I
as
mean,
the
yeah.
guy who had all the rights.
He let her
keep her dowry and all of her possessions and
her
assets, like her assets that she had before the marriage and from her family and what she inherited from her family. She got to keep all of that. So it sounded as amicable as it could be in an late 1800s divorce.
Yeah, and I hate to say that makes him a really good guy because he did just cheat on her.
Yeah. Like I said, he's a complicated, multifaceted
He is a complicated
character.
being. What
However,
a man.
because of this history of infidelity, there's a lot of people who think that Henry Lonnie Clay, the child he adopted in Russia, was actually his biological son with a Russian ballerina. Because Mary Jane did not go to Russia with him.
Wait, so
when he was ambassador to Russia, he went over there
by himself. And you're saying that he brought a child back?
Yes.
Whom he adopted?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay, so just a little bit more about his family. So I said they had 10 children, right? Plus the adopted, probably biological son.
Yeah.
His daughters were major advocates for women's rights.
We
They
love.
were suffragettes, including his daughter Laura Clay, who was the first woman nominated for president by a major party.
That's incredible. We love her.
Yeah. This family, wild.
Yeah, it is wild in a weirdly complicated way.
Yes.
like sometimes I really want to cheer for them. I really want to be like, look at you guys go. And then other times I'm like,
For the time period, extremely progressive.
oh yeah, 100%.
Especially considering like how easy it would be to just fall in line with everybody else.
Especially considering how easy it would be to get a assassination attempted 3 times.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
they had all the privilege and kept fighting.
Literally. And that, admirable.
Yep. So last bullet point in the history part.
Okay. Because I was asking myself, Jordan, where are the ghosts?
Yes, we're almost to the ghosts. But first we have to get to his death.
Okay.
Because that's how he becomes a ghost.
Oh.
What? So by the end of his life, he carried 2 pistols and a knife on him at all times.
Do we
for
know if it was the
self-defense.
original knife?
No, because I saw somewhere that I think he gave it back to his friend.
Okay.
But he did have another Bowie knife.
Headcanon. It's the original knife.
Well, it's debated canon because nobody can agree if the
Right.
knife on display at the house is that one or not.
Got it. Okay.
So he also kept the cannon in his home. In case you were wondering
New
what
life
happened
goal.
to that.
I want a cannon in my house.
And on July 22nd, 1903, he died at age 92 of, quote, general exhaustion mood.
Okay, felt that.
You know,
I would like
fighting
that
off
on my tombstone.
assassins is hard work.
It is. A girl tired. Let her rest.
Let her rest. Okay, we're so close to the ghosts. But now we're on to the building history.
I forgot this was about the building.
Yes, this is all about Whitehall.
I'm back.
Okay, building history. So like I mentioned at the very beginning, the house was built in 1789 by Green Clay, and he called it Claremont.
Okay.
And it was built in the Georgian style. It had 7 to 8 rooms, depending on your source. And it was roughly 3,000 square feet. Now, in the 1860s, a new building was built around the existing structure. Like, they took that building and then just put more floors and walls around it.
Okay.
Like, they just made the house bigger.
In a weird way. Got it. Cool.
A very European way,
Understandable.
from what I understand.
Got it.
And so Mary Jane supervised this construction while Cassius was in Russia.
When he was having his first illegitimate child? Or is this a second trip to Russia?
Because remember, he was in Russia from 1861 to 1869.
Okay, and what year is this?
Just in the 1860s.
Okay.
Because this
got
is also when the Civil War is going on.
Right. And she's building a house. Okay.
Yeah.
The
So-
money's insane.
They also had arguments about that. Not the house was a planned project as far as the family
Don't
goes.
let that war get in between you guys.
But there were arguments between Mary Jane and Cassius about her, like, opulence. He thought she was too fancy.
Oh, yeah. So it's been a problem forever.
So the original structure was Georgian style, and the door faced the south. The new structure, door faces east, and it is done in the Italianate style. And it was designed by Thomas Lewinsky, who was a famous architect in the Lexington area.
Okay.
He did a lot of like surviving historical buildings on the Kentucky Registry right now were designed by Thomas Lewinsky.
Okay.
So it was an Italianate building. It was 44 rooms. That includes hallways and closets.
Does that include the original 7 or 8?
Yes.
Okay.
So 44 rooms and about 10,000 square feet. Reportedly, all of that updating cost $40,000, which in today's money
I was going to say, give me that conversion.
is kind of hard to define because the Civil War was going on.
So the dollar was lower.
Well, yeah, it fluctuated.
Okay.
So I kind of split the difference, and it's about $1 million.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
But fun fact, the house was the first in the region to have indoor plumbing via roof collection. It It was collected on the roof and then came down in pipes to a toilet and a tub. And they also had central heating via 2 basement fireboxes. It was very technologically advanced.
So she was pretty opulent.
For the 1860s, yeah.
Got it.
It's a fancy house.
Fancy lady.
Okay, so on the property, there were also 2 outbuildings. One was the original 1790s kitchen, which was when slaves would cook food out in this kitchen, and then they would bring it to the house into the, quote, warming kitchen.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately very aware of that.
Yeah. And then the second building was the living quarters for the enslaved people. So, yeah.
Okay.
So during the Civil War, like we said earlier, the Union and the Confederacy were fighting everywhere in Kentucky. And in order to keep the house and the property from being essentially demolished by the Confederates, because they were known abolitionists.
Right.
Mary
with a
Jane,
now very large target.
And with Cassius over in Russia, where he can't help defend the house.
It's just his wife and their 10 children.
Mary Jane allowed Union troops to bivouac on the property, which protected it. She let them camp there.
Cool, thank you.
It just means like camping without like shelter.
So, I mean, not a bad idea.
Yeah, so their land became a Union camp, which protected it from Confederates coming to attack them.
Got it. Smart woman.
Pretty smart. So the house remained in the family until 1968, when it was purchased by the state of Kentucky. They paid $18,000 for the land, and the house itself was donated as part of like a package for like a state park museum type deal.
Got it. It was like, so to keep this in its condition, like,
yes,
like essentially for preservation.
Yes. And then restoration was completed in 1971, and it was opened to the public as a park. And the final update to that is that in 2019, it was transferred to Eastern Kentucky University for upkeep and for teaching opportunities with their Department of Recreation and Park Administration.
Okay, so, but it is a state park. Are we?
Technically not anymore.
It was a state park.
It was.
It's probably just a historical monument now.
Yes.
Okay.
And it has its own, like, preservation society and stuff.
Got it. Okay, which is now run through EKU.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool.
And I believe Madison County as well.
Okay, I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah. Now,
the ghosts.
On to the ghosts.
Yes.
Sorry for your, like, 40-minute wait.
It'll be worth it, we promise.
Okay. So I broke these down into smells, noises, sights, and ghosts.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go down the list to keep it simple.
What a casual grouping of things.
So here's things that people smell on tours in Whitehall.
Okay.
Burning candle wax, despite the fact that fire is not allowed on the premises because it is a historical monument.
Yeah.
People also catch whiffs of perfume and bourbon.
Makes sense.
Tracks.
Yeah. 100%.
Noises. There are, of course, footsteps upstairs when the house is empty. Sounds like a wardrobe being dragged around, but then when you go upstairs, nothing has moved. And, like, a wardrobe is
large.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah.
When it's full of stuff. But then nothing is moving. Piano and violin music have been heard.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would walk right back out the front door.
There is a piano on the premises, but it does not work. It has been broken for years. So sometimes it plays.
No, sometimes a ghost plays it. Is what you meant to say.
There are also voices heard throughout the house. So the guides, the docents who lead tours throughout the building, they dress in costume.
As they should.
Mm-hmm. And one time a changing guide heard male laughter, even though there were no men in the house. And then this one was my favorite.
No.
In the early 80s, 3 guides were in the powder room, and they heard voices through the vents. So they armed themselves with knives and forks.
The Bowie knife's coming back!
And they cleared the house. They searched through the entire house
and
all
found 44
nobody.
Rooms. Could you imagine, though? I wonder if it could be like a Scooby-Doo situation. Where you're like, there's so much space that you're like opening one door as they like come out of a different one. So it's like, did they really clear the house or were they just really good?
Well, so you remember how I said it had central heating and there were 2 fireboxes in the basement?
In the basement? They actually just
went,
smoked it?
No, they went to the basement because they heard the voices through the vents. So they like armed themselves and then cleared down to
And
the
they
basement.
went to a fuck-ass basement.
And then it was empty.
That's the worst. I actually prefer the Scooby-Doo theory better.
You know what? I'll grant you that.
Thank you.
Okay. Mysterious lights have been seen in windows.
So wait, okay,
Yeah.
on the question, on the theme of lights.
Yeah.
Has it been outfitted now with actual power?
I do believe so because it is a wedding venue.
What a wild place. As someone who literally just got married, not a thing I would have considered given the history.
Yeah. Welcome to the South.
God, okay, so when you say lights, like you truly mean like electric.
No, when I say mysterious lights, I mean unexplained lights in windows.
Okay.
One story was, I'll get to her later, but the curator, her brother was doing some like, I think it said he was like tilling a field or doing some kind of garden work.
Okay.
And it was late in the day and the building was empty and he saw a light in one of the bedrooms with like a weird shadow and he thought it was an automatic. Okay, so yes, there has to be electricity in the house because he assumed that it was an automatic timer light,
Okay.
like casting on a bedpost or something.
Okay.
And then found out that there were no automatic timers in the house.
Okay.
So mysterious,
Spooky.
unexplained lights.
Lights,
like
got
that.
it. Spooky.
Yeah. Okay, so you know those guide ropes that are like big velvet thick ropes?
Yes, it's like
that are
don't go up the
on
stairs.
Brass poles.
Yeah.
You know? Like they're like thick and heavy, right?
Yeah.
So they have those all over the house to block rooms off and stuff. And those will swing on their own when there's no air draft.
Spooky.
And apparently it happens all the time.
Those are too heavy for the wind to blow.
Exactly.
I've been to like the National Mall has like big ropes like that. And I mean, there have been like actual wind and
Yeah.
some of them have not moved. Like,
No, like they're made of brass,
like,
you know?
I'm telling you, that's whack.
Small objects and furniture move all the time. Shutters and doors open and close. I saw one person who reported seeing shadow people on the first floor.
How many floors is it?
I think 3,
Okay.
but I don't know if that counts a basement or not.
Okay.
Apparitions have also been seen who are believed to be Cassius and one of his sons.
Probably Warfield or whatever the hell his name was.
Maybe. Or a little Henry Lonnie, whatever his
Henry
name
Lonnie
is.
Clay.
The little Russian boy.
Papa.
So in the late 60s during the renovation, they had night guards on the property to keep people from like messing with it. And they reported seeing a candle walk between windows in the second story master bedroom. But when they would go inside to investigate, nobody would be in there.
Right.
People have also reported on tours feeling uneasy or like they're being watched in the second story master bedroom as well. They call it the morning room because that's where Green Clay died.
Okay. So Daddy Green Clay died in that room.
Yeah.
His son and his wife moved into that room.
I mean, probably, but maybe not.
But that's the master, right? That's what we're saying is the master.
Well, it was the second story master, but then they built 36 more rooms.
Yeah, literally.
So they
Okay.
may have built themselves another master bedroom.
I see. Okay.
But also, like, it's weird to us now to think of, like, living in a home where people have died.
It's not
But
actually.
for the majority of
believe that.
history, people were dying at home.
Honestly, people were probably like, oh, new room.
Exactly.
We said new room unlocked.
Ooh, we get the west-facing windows now.
Literally.
Okay. So the last bit comes from, and I hope I'm saying this correctly, Lachey Mullins, who is the curator of Whitehall and has been for decades.
Okay.
She's written a book about it. She has a degree in history. Her and her husband help run those foundations that I mentioned.
Oh, yeah. Like the preservation stuff?
Yes. So she says that a lady in black wanders the second floor, who is believed to be Mary Jane. Now, I say lady in black, but her dress also changes colors. She's been seen in all colors of dress. So, quote, She stays in the back hallway on the second floor where the bathrooms are. She goes from one bedroom in the new section of the house all the way down to the old section. End quote. So last little bit about the lady in black. A housekeeper saw the tail end of a black hoop skirt, and no guides in their costumes had black hoop skirts.
Okay. Like at the time or at all?
At the time that this housekeeper saw a black
Got it.
hoop skirt.
Okay.
Nobody was wearing one, or should have been wearing one.
Okay, got it.
And then in 1994, Lachey Mullen's husband, Charles, he was downstairs and he saw, so like, you know, you're downstairs and you look at like the upper landing of the stairs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like you can't see, unless they're standing like right on the edge, you can't see their whole body.
Right.
Right. So he's downstairs and he looks upstairs and he sees the torso of this woman in costume that he does not recognize walking away. So he runs upstairs to the third floor.
What an insane thing to decide to do. Mm-hmm. Like, as someone who's seen a full body apparition, the last thing I wanted to do was run towards it.
So he runs upstairs to the third floor, does not find her, doesn't find anything out of the ordinary. There is a tour happening at that moment on the third floor, and none of those people saw anything.
So this crazy man is just running upstairs like, there was a ghost!
Did you see the woman? And that is Whitehall of Richmond.
That is insane.
I told you, that was a wild story.
Damn. I wonder if people are still trying to get him in the afterlife. You know?
like trying to assassinate his ghost.
Literally. It's like the first two of the three killers that like died on the property. Uh-huh. It's like they've been waiting for this one. You know? Uh-huh. Great job.
Okay, so thank you. Time for the personal experiences.
Yeah.
And let's try and keep them short.
Oh, this is very short.
Okay, great.
Okay. So this story comes from the same house as my last story. Mm-hmm. It is not nearly as freaky, but it is very odd. And similar, you know, we had talked about it. I lived on the fourth floor technically. Mm-hmm. And upstairs there was a full bathroom. Fully functioning bathroom. It was my bathroom. Mm-hmm. And the way that I remember this happening, because this was physically my experience. Mm-hmm. Like the last one was my mom's. This one was my experience. I played basketball for a long time, and I remembered I had on one of those, and I'm going to call it the quintessential 2015 headband. Uh-huh. It was like the little itty bitty, like Under Armour headband that was like lime green. Mm-hmm. I had taken it off, and I was getting in the shower. So everything's normal. I take a shower. I come out of the shower, and all of a sudden, I look up, and my headband is on the ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's very weird to explain because there was a hole in the ceiling at the time. Mm-hmm. And so there is a photo of this. And for our listeners, I will make sure that the photo gets posted across all of our social medias. Yes. So you'll understand, because this is a weird like explanation. There was a hole in the ceiling at the time. The angle that I take the picture at, because I am also freaked out. And I am like coming around. I do this like weird half circle thing where I'm like trying to not walk directly under it, like, because I'm like, I have to get my phone.
Well, because like if there's a ghost standing under there, it, holding it up, literally, you don't want to go through the ghost.
Right. I was like, I'm not Danny Phantom. This is not what I'm hoping for today. So I like go around it. I'm like hugging the back wall, like getting my phone. And so the angle that I take the photo at, it looks like it's halfway in the circle, and it's not. Mm-hmm. It looks like it's halfway in the ceiling.
So you say it was on the ceiling, but it wasn't touching the ceiling.
No, it was fully suspended.
Uh-huh. How low from the ceiling? So we know when we look at the photo.
Probably a good 4 inches.
Okay.
Like from the ceiling. Mm-hmm. But the photo is a weird perspective. So like, yeah, just fair warning, because it looks weird. And I freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm like, my headband is sitting there. And also I was like, why none of my other clothes? Why that?
Just a little headband.
I don't know.
They were like, what's this? We didn't have this 200 years ago.
They probably knew the shirt and the pants. Yeah. They were like, what is this contraption? So I'm like standing there taking a photo. I take the photo and I'm going to leave now. I do not touch the headband.
You just walk out.
I straight up walked out. So I walk out and I shut my bathroom door. And I hear the most god-awful clattering of things. And my first reaction is like, maybe a pipe burst. I was
Oh, like that
surely,
loud.
yes. And because I know the things that are in my bathroom, I'm like, what possibly could have made that noise?
Yeah.
Like
Like a shampoo bottle falling in the shower or
no,
something?
we're talking like, you know that cabinet that you have of all of your pots and pans?
Yeah.
If the shelf fell.
Oh, wow.
We're talking like metal clang, like
Okay.
god awful noise. And I am like, I refuse to open that door.
Yeah.
And so I walked down the hallway to my bedroom and I shut my bedroom door. And I'm like, you know what?
Hope a pipe didn't burst.
Well, I couldn't hear any water.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, I'm going to walk away. So I walk away and I sit in my room for probably like an hour, 2 hours.
Your commitment to ignoring paranormal happenings.
What was I going to do?
Is
Get got?
incredible. I'm opening everything. I'm checking everything out. I'm double checking.
No. No, I'm like, be still in the night, come to get me.
Not me.
I'm like, if
pulling
I
out a
lay down-
flashlight. I'm the one on the bridge saying "fuck you, goat man."
And that, respectfully, is why we're married. Like,
we balance each other out so
exactly.
perfectly.
That's what it is. No, I'm like, if you're going to come for me, I'm going to go in the comfort of my bed.
Okay.
And I want you to know that I remember I was watching the last episode of season 3 of Sherlock. Specifically. So I was like, okay. And then I was like, I should probably brush my teeth for bed. Like, you know, I've like gone through my day and I was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to go in my bathroom now. And surely I'm going to find the wall blown out. Something has happened here. No. I walk in. Everything is normal. Other than the hole that was already in the ceiling.
Yeah.
You know, like everything is normal. Everything looks normal. Because like you said, the shampoo, no. Everything is on the shelves. Everything is fine. And my headband is twirled up on the bathroom sink.
When you said twirled up.
Like, think of like an old-timey sucker. Where there's like a middle and then it like wraps around itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's spiraled like that
Okay.
on the bathroom sink.
Like, so not in a way that it would ever fall.
No. This was like
Deliberately,
twirled.
like, presented.
Yes. And I was like, cool. And I took it to the bedroom and I don't think I ever wore it again.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that.
I was like, I don't know what you're going to get through to me from my scalp, but I'm not taking those chances.
I have a hot pink headband. I don't need the neon green one.
Literally. It was like the pack of like all of the bright ass colors.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Show me, pull up this picture. I want to see it right now. You showed it to me like
I think
over
it's
a year
in
ago.
my
I don't
favorites
remember.
because I frequently tell the story and people are like, that's not true. And I'm like, oh, but it is. Do you see what I mean, though? It's like the hole in the ceiling that makes sense.
Okay, the hole in the ceiling is wild.
Yes.
But
Well,
I mean,
we were renovating.
Yeah, no, I get it. But like, that just straight up looks like it's like tied to a string and floating.
Yes.
But there's no string there.
There is not. And I do this all the time because some people are like, it's touching. It's fully not, though. And keep in mind, this is like 4 inches away.
Yeah.
Like, this is a trick of the perspective of where I had to be to take the photo. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, she's fully just hanging up there. Not hanging, you know what I mean? Like, that's not the word I should use. She's fully just floating there.
Yeah.
She's hanging out.
Yeah.
And I left it like that until it was put back on my bathroom sink.
Noped right out of there.
I sure did. Sure did.
I can't wait to post this online as our episode 2 picture.
Yeah.
But people have to wait an hour to figure out what the picture
What the hell it is. And, like, I've looked. That's not touching.
When I heard the loud noise, I would have opened the door and been like, what was that?
Sure didn't. Sure did not. That was actually the last thing I was going to do. Respectfully, no.
That's fine.
So, yeah.
I get it.
So that is my ghost story for Kentucky. Part 2.
Okay. Well, now we get to hear my lake story.
Oh, God. I hate this story.
You love it. Everybody loves it. My totally normal experience.
Yeah, 100%. What a fun-filled day at the beach.
All right, let's just jump into it because we are already so over time. So I mentioned last week that my friend Danny and I used to do boards. Also, shout out to Danny. He's the one who did our logo.
Yeah.
Our art. Thank you, Danny. We love it.
We love you, Danny. Stan, the original Stan of the podcast.
So we used to do Ouija boards. Okay, so there were 5 of us in the group, and there was one other girl named Lee.
Okay.
And then K and C were the two other guys
Okay.
besides Danny.
Okay. So Danny, Lee, K, C,
Yes.
and you.
Lee and I are the girls.
Yeah,
Danny,
yeah.
K, and C are the boys.
Got it.
Okay. So when we did boards, we had a group of regulars that we would talk to. And they would give advice or they would chat with us. And some of them were what we call our guardians, which we won't get into that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But there were regulars that we spoke to. And it's hard to describe if you don't regularly talk to spirits, I guess. But like, remember last week I mentioned that, you know, like doing boards regularly, I was really in tune with them.
Yeah, there's like an energy there.
Yeah. Even though you can't see anything, you can recognize somebody who comes on to talk to you.
Yeah.
There's just like like you can tell that they're there, you can tell who it is, you can tell what kind of mood they're in, especially with like the way that they move the planchette. Like you can move it in the normal way. If they're like sliding it around really like short and aggressively,
erratic.
yeah, it's like they're angry. Or if it's really sudden, it could be like scared. Like it's hard to describe, but you can pick up on that energy really easily.
Just like people, I mean.
Yeah. So they would give us advice about stuff, and
Like a Dear Abby.
This will come into play later, but one of the pieces of advice that they gave us seemed really random at the time, but it stuck out to us because it was so random and also creepy. And the advice was, don't let the stars go out. Spooky, right?
It is spooky.
So that's stuck in the noggin.
Oh, yeah. That never leaving.
No, yeah. So all of that to say that Kay grew up by a lake in Western Kentucky, okay, which is also where we went to college.
Yep.
And he told us that his family didn't live there anymore, but he said it would be a cool place to do a board one night because we were getting bored of like doing them in the backyard or in the local cemetery. So he's like, hey, let's drive out to the lake, do a board.
Right.
And we were like, okay, cool. So it's a school night and we load up in his Tahoe and we drove out to the lake. Now I have to describe the lake. So we take this like 1-lane gravel road through the woods that if another car was coming, we would be fucked. Like you'd have to go in reverse for a mile to let them get around you.
Okay.
So it's pitch black. We drive down this road, get to the lake, and it's low tide when we get there, which is important.
Okay.
So
it's in the noggin.
So we pull to the end of this gravel road, and there's like what you could technically call like a parking lot for this beach. But it's like a gravel patch that's maybe 20 feet, just big enough for you to turn your car around in.
Got it.
And then past the gravel, there is grass for maybe 30 more feet.
Okay.
And then there is what is obviously the dip of about 6 inches where when high tide is up, that's where the water hits.
Oh, got it. So like the clear line of like, this is where it is. Yeah.
And then the sand falls off. And then at low tide, when we got there, there was probably minimum 50 feet of sand until you got to the water. It was super shallow.
At low tide.
Yeah. And we were in like a sort of inlet on this. It was a big lake.
Okay.
And so we weren't just like on the edge of the lake. We were on the edge of an inlet of the whole lake. And so there's trees surrounding us, but we've got like a decent amount of beach at this low tide in this little inlet. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
So we get out of the Tahoe and we set up. I've brought a picnic blanket. I brought candles. I've got my backpack because I'm the scribe. So I take the notes and everything like I mentioned. So we set everything up and then we're like, okay, before we get started, let's like wander on down to the water. So
a casual 50 feet.
Yeah. It was really shallow water, you could tell. But it was also like, it was late fall, so it was kind of cold. So we weren't actually getting in the water, but we were just kind of dicking around and walking.
Yeah.
And Lee and I are totally fine, but the guys start acting really weird and they're like staring into the water. And Danny keeps trying to like walk into the water. And I'm like, hey, Daniel, don't do that. Come back. It's cold. And he was like, he wasn't making any sense, but he was like making comments about like, no, I need to go in there, or like, I can see it, and just like really vague, weird things.
Is this actually a siren story?
You know?
Now that you think about it.
That's not the word I was going to use, but when the shoe fits,
Yeah.
the guys were basically kind of in a trance.
Okay.
Me and Lee, totally unaffected.
Yeah.
And they were staring into the water. We'd have to like say their names multiple times to get their attention and get them to answer us. And at one point, Danny said, the other guys weren't really speaking. Danny is talkative. God bless him. So at one point, he was saying a bunch of weird stuff. The only thing I remember clearly was at one point he said something about there being ice cream at the bottom of the lake that he had to get to. He was like, I want the ice cream.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
So-
just to confirm, because I don't have the history on this lake.
Yeah.
This is not one of those lakes that like there's a town at the bottom of.
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get to the history of the lake.
Okay.
So Lee and I are working with these boys, trying to get them to back the fuck up from the water.
Right.
Finally, we drag them away, like physically drag them
Jesus.
back across the beach and to where we have the board set up.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's just get this over with.
Which
So-
is never, I feel like, the energy you should be going into this with.
Yeah, you're right. But we drove all the way out there and we were like, it would be a waste not to do a board.
Right.
So we get all set up, and typically what happened is I would sit there with my notebook, not touching the board, but writing down, letter by letter so we could keep track of what was being said.
Right.
And then the other 4 would touch the board
Right.
or the planchette.
Because there has to be at least 3.
Yes,
Okay.
at least 3. Now this time, Kay kept walking a perimeter around us. He did not sit at the board with the others.
That's weird.
Yeah. And we were like, it's whatever. Like, we're out here at night. Maybe he's keeping an eye out.
Could be a protective thing. Yeah, for sure.
And technically, possibly, statute of limitations, I don't know. It might have been private property. So we probably shouldn't have been there.
Got it. Okay. The lake?
Yeah. Definitely the road that we came in on.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I was like, that is not a state park maintained road.
No. So we were like, maybe he's just being sensible. I mean, like, let's just let him do his thing.
He's clearly working through some stuff.
Yes. So he's like walking a perimeter like a guard dog around us. And so we start the session and we talk to a couple people. One of our regulars comes on and she's like, hey, you guys are okay. No need to worry. I just wanted to let you know that there's somebody here who wants to talk to you. And
Simply no.
talk to them, be respectful. Again, don't worry. I'm going to come back. And when I come on and I tell you to leave, leave.
See, that's terrifying. Okay, I'm not. Okay, so personally, I believe in Ouija boards. Yeah. I love the idea, love the concept. I think that's great. I think that there are some dead celebrities that I would love to try to reach out to.
It's Omegle for dead people.
It's incredible. That is an insane, incredible way to say that.
That's what it is. Boards are just, if we could get into this, boards are just old-timey switchboards.
Incredible.
That you can use to talk to literally. They have operators. We talked to our board's operator.
That's insane. So my thought though is that like if a spirit is telling me don't worry, but when I say go, simply no, goodbye. I don't care if I have to spell it out one letter at a time. Goodbye.
So she's like, when I come back and I tell you to leave, leave. And we were like, I'm in danger.
Literally the meme.
But we stayed and we were like, okay. And then we talked to a couple more people. And Kay is still pacing around us, being weird. So finally, one of us is like, dude, what's going on?
Yeah, sit the fuck down.
Because what's happening is he's not looking at us. He's like staring at the tree lines. And I'm like, is there a fucking wolf out, like a coyote?
Yeah, which also in Kentucky, you famously should not be doing at night.
Why?
Because of skinwalkers.
Do we have those here?
Yes!
Oh, I thought that was like a Western thing.
No. We'll have a separate conversation
Okay.
on skinwalkers alone in the state of Kentucky.
Okay.
But yeah, well, that's like the whole thing. And like, so I was raised in Eastern Kentucky, and I don't know if you know this about me, but every time it starts to get dark, I close all the blinds. I close all of the
Well, I just do that
doors and everything.
so people can't see in your house.
I mean, I'm sure that that's part of it. But if you think about it, in Eastern Kentucky, when people, like, they live so far away from each other, it's because you're not supposed to stare into the woods at night.
Oh.
And I think the actual, like, lore is that you're not supposed to stare in the woods or any kind of expanse ever, because you'll catch a skinwalker. For sure, dude.
Well,
anyway, so I can only assume, jumping back, that he's also connecting with some weird shit, because you're not supposed to do that.
yeah. So, and again, he's being like pretty selectively mute since the weird stuff with the water. So
Fighting his own demons.
Yeah. So he's like pacing around, staring into the woods, and we were like, "Okay, come on.
Yeah.
What's going on?" And he was like, "Do you hear that?"
Skinwalkers.
And we were like, "What? Do we hear what?" And he was like, "It's too quiet." And so we stopped talking for a minute, and it is dead silent.
Like,
There are
no frogs, no crickets.
no frogs, no crickets, not even really rustling from the trees, or like it's low tide and the water's 75 feet away at least, but like we can't hear
It's not moving,
lapping
like...
of the waves. We hear nothing.
Okay.
Dead silent.
It's like a vacuum.
And then one of us looks up, and there are above us no stars. There's no clouds either.
Don't let the stars go out.
It is just pitch black sky above the inlet where we are. But if you look across the rest of the lake,
There are stars.
there's stars.
Okay. So you're clearly in some kind of deep mojo funk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know what exactly was going on, but we were in some kind of little pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a pocket universe.
Yeah. And then this person comes on. And to be honest, I don't even really remember what, I'm sure I could find the notebook somewhere. I don't really remember what she wanted to talk to us about. But I remember it was a she, and she told us about her sisters who also lived in the lake.
In the lake.
Yes.
Not on the lake.
No.
In the lake.
Yeah.
Got it.
In the lake
Sirens.
with her. And, we were respectful the whole time.
Right.
Probably, like, scared shitless,
Why wouldn't you be anything other
The
than
guys are
respectful?
still being weird. Then, pretty quickly, our regular comes back on. And you know how I said, like, sometimes the planchette will, like, move really quickly?
Yeah.
It was like 2 movements. It went, "Are you in? Run."
No, thank you.
Barely even closed out the board. I think the second the planchette hit in, Kay was like halfway in the driver's seat already. And then Danny is booking it.
Yeah.
Lee, I don't even think grabbed in it. Like maybe grabbed a candle or something and then is like scrabbling after Danny. And C had been, like I said, out of it all night since the lake.
Yeah.
So I'm grabbing my candles, like dumping hot wax to get them in my bag. I've got my notebook in my bag. I've got the board up. I'm trying to get the picnic blanket, and C is like moving so slowly. I've got everything up, and I'm yanking the blanket, and he's only on one knee getting up. And I'm like, come on, let's go. And I'm like yanking him up. He finally gets up, basically lumbering towards the car. And I remember I'm like furiously just like wrapping this blanket, this sheet up in my arms. And I hear behind me, crystal clear, because remember, it's dead silent.
Yeah.
The unmistakable sound of footsteps running through shallow water.
The goosebumps.
Like you know exactly what
I
noise
do.
That's
yeah.
not a sound that you mistake for anything else.
No.
And I don't remember what I said, but I remember C sat in the middle of the back seat, and I had one foot in the car, the other hand on the handle, pulling myself up into the car. And Kay floored it.
As he should.
I don't remember what I said, but whatever it was, none of us looked behind us until we got, like, it was a couple miles to
on
like the main road.
gravel ass road.
Yes, yeah. None of us looked behind us the entire time.
I wouldn't either.
I don't think Kay took his foot off of the gas until we were back to the main road.
And he probably saved your lives.
Yeah. So that's my lake story.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then we found out later that the lake 100% was like one of those like "Oh brother, where art thou" moments where it was a man-made lake where they built a dam.
It was a town.
Yes, there was a town there, and there was a group of people in the town who did not
Refused
want
to
to
leave.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a question. Where was the planchette at this time? Because I know you're not supposed to like store them together. So like you've grabbed the board.
Yeah.
Are you
no,
keeping it separate?
planchette goes in my bag with the notebook
Okay.
and candles and stuff.
Because I'm like, is this still a portal? Is this still open? 'Cause
No,
you said you barely
we
closed it out.
but we did close it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And closing it is just like goodbye.
But, well, you don't even have to go to goodbye. It's polite to go to goodbye. And then it's 3 counterclockwise circles.
I'm just thinking about all the times I've not closed out a Ouija board.
What, have you opened it?
What do you mean?
3 clockwise circles?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm
So
actually
you just got like phones hanging off the hook. Dangling.
Nobody can get to me. It's all busy signal. There's a Ouija board at my house currently that might be just open.
I almost bought a vintage one at a flea market this weekend.
Could you imagine
My mom wouldn't let me.
the spooks? My mom lost her mind when I brought one in the house. Like, I had one at the house when I lived there, and she was like, this cannot be here. And so it stayed in my car for a long time.
I kept mine at my mom's house under my bed
And just didn't tell her.
for like 5 years. I did not tell her.
You did not tell. That's crazy. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
What a day. What an evening.
It's pretty late. Sorry if we sound tired, but it is pretty late.
We are, in fact, tired.
My story took so much longer than I thought it would, even with all that juicy history.
That's okay. It was a very Jordan story. I'm not going to lie. That 100%.
I'll take
what I
that as a
expected.
good thing.
Oh, 100%. 100% compliment. But yeah, so that is
That's our Kentucky stories.
that finishes out Kentucky, that's for sure. Keep an eye out on social medias and the website. We will not be announcing what our next state is. You will have to tune in to find out. And like always, if you have a story that you would like to hear us talk about on the podcast, you can submit them across most of our social media platforms at egags podcast, on our website egagspodcast.com, or through our email address egagspodcast@gmail.com. And as always, everybody's got a ghost story.
What's yours?